Welcome back to part 28 of Free Will Summer, where today I'm going to be watching The Lost Boys. And tomorrow, as in later in the video, going to be flying to New York and seeing The Lost Boys musical. So, let's hit play on The Lost Boys. Look at this beautiful seat we got upgraded to on the flight. Alright, as for reviewing the movie, I like it. Pretty good practical effects, especially with the vampire deaths. The human kills honestly don't super stand out, but the arrow through the heart for the vampires, or that one vampire, death by stereo, as the kid in the movie would put it, and especially when he's put in the bath of holy water, that one vampire, that was really cool. The main vampire, let me look up his name. His name's David, played by Kiefer Sutherland. The way he gets, impaled was pretty cool. I think there's a solid little twist with the guy the mom is dating being the head vampire. Although, if they didn't investigate him earlier, I honestly feel like it would have been more shocking. And the way he dies is kind of stupid, where the grandpa just so happens to crash in the house at just the right moment, and the wood logs just so happen to fly off the truck at the perfect point to perfectly impale the bad guy and not injure any of his family. It makes no sense. The grandpa character, I think, was kind of annoying. I think the 80s quips are a bit too 80s. I know it was made in the 80s, but it really dated the movie for me. I thought the soundtrack was really great. Cry, little sister. Honestly, the whole vibe and aesthetic of the movie is really cool. It's unique and it's so specific. It's Coney Island in the 80s. And it's just very cool when it's at night and it's these cool vampires that look like they'd be fun to hang out with. And everything's all neon and gothic. It's awesome. Kiefer Sutherland is actually really good as the really cool vampire. One performance I really didn't like is the younger brother, Sam. It's unclear what age he's supposed to be. And the actor is too old for the more juvenile stuff that he's doing. I don't know, it was just a little bit weird to me. Diane Weist is really good as this loving mother who you want to hang out with. Very friendly person. And I really like the vampire lore. The Peter Pan inspiration is cool. How they never grow up. But they fly like Peter Pan. So yeah, overall, didn't blow my mind. Wasn't spectacular. I would not call it one of the best vampire movies. It was good, though. I like it. And I like it a lot more than both of my parents. Yeah, they hate this movie for some reason. Also, look at this cool building. It looks like a suitcase. After seeing a few more things, and honestly I have a lot more B-roll to use, heads on sticks, countdown to Thanksgiving, and a giant Disney store, it was time to head to Times Square, a lot of walking, and get in line for The Lost Boys musical. Obviously, I couldn't record the show, but in the intermission and at the beginning of the show, there was this really cool sign. So after getting home and making some anti-vampire chili, I am now here in person through a screen to review The Lost Boys musical. I really liked it, and in some ways, even more than the movie. I really like the songs. There are some where it's just the character singing, but there's a couple that are really cool because they bring out, in this version, the vampires are also musicians, so at some points they bring out a whole rock band. And it's dude, this is part musical, part concert. It didn't make any sense, but it was like a rock concert. It was cool. They added some more context to the younger brother Sam and the Frog brothers investigating their suspects, who they think the head vampire is. That was appreciated and I think benefits the story. Obviously, the death of one of the vampires with the holy water bath didn't look as cool because it was on stage. But I am happy to report the death by stereo might even be better than the movie. Much like in the movie, he's shot through the heart with an arrow and into the stereo, and he actually explodes on stage. It was really, really cool. The death of David, the vampire, played by Kiefer Sutherland in the movie, was a change from the movie that I actually think was a lot cooler. Because yes, he is not pushed into the deer antlers and impaled like that. He's actually pushed by Michael, and he stumbles back and gets stabbed in the back by Star, who I appreciate that they made her a bigger character in the musical. They wrote out entirely the little kid as well as the grandfather, which definitely worked for the better. They cut back a little bit on the corny 80s references. What made, got sidetracked there, but what made David's death cool is that all of the victims of the vampires rose from underneath the stage. And once he gets stabbed, carry him down, presumably into hell, and that was really cool. I believe at that point they were also singing that bit of Cry Little Sister where they're like, "Thou shalt not kill," the choir. Because they wrote out the grandfather, the head vampire, Max, is personally stabbed by the mom. She delivers a really cool one-liner. Just as she takes his hand, she stabs him directly in the heart, and says, "I can raise my own kids, a-hole." We're a family channel. The cast was very strong, especially the guy who played David. Here's his name on screen. I don't know how to say it. As well as the mom, played by Shoshana Bean, who is very well known as far as theater goes. I was about to say the sets are also really cool. The different swap-out parts of the stage made every location feel unique. Apparently, I'm in good company in my last 3 opinions because those are literally the Tony Awards that it won. Like, literally. This was a really cool production, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to see Lost Boys live in Broadway. This has been my movie review / vlog. Here is the Free Will Summer ranking. Not gonna lie, this might be the last video. I don't know. Hey, maybe I'll do like a Free Will Fall. I could watch all the Friday sequels. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. I'll at least watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre or 2. I don't know. Here's the Free Will Summer ranking.
Series may be coming to an end, but I will never, ever stop hating Awake and the Lazarus Effect. Also Friday the 13th. Then we have It Chapter 2, The Evil Dead 1, Event Horizon, Mothman Prophecies, Hoppers, 13 Ghosts, Ready or Not 2, Evil Dead 2, The Lost Boys, Child's Play, Saw 3, It, They Will Kill You, You're Next, Predator Badlands, Evil Dead Rise, Saw 2, In a Violent Nature, Army of Darkness, Saw X, Evil Dead, Ballerina, How to Make a Killing, Hereditary, Fight Club.
Who knows, I might make another 1 or 2 of these videos before September, but who knows? And if I don't, thanks for joining me on this Free Will Summer. Bye!